do I see in the magic mirror? I see Jack. Hello, Jack. Let's get the phone propped up in a better position here. Somebody tuned in and already tuned out. Probably the guy who gives me a thumbs down on all the videos. His daily contribution to the world is making sure he watches my videos to put a thumb. He or she. Could be a she. Maybe a she as old as my mom. Garrett, hello. Good to see you, Garrett. Good morning. I got no tour, so I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out in the kind of chilly shade. It's kind of cold. I kind of wish I had a hoodie on. I kind of wish I had a hoodie right now. But I know it's going to get a little bit warmer later on today. Going to be going to Photoville after work today, which is going to be a lot of fun. That's a photograph exhibit over in Brooklyn Bridge Park. I still get paid, so I don't care. Good to see you, Matt. Welcome. Let's frame up the shot just right so you guys can see all the beautiful street art behind me. There we go. Yes, it has been. All right, 2 other people haven't commented. Those will be the 2 people who give me a thumbs down on the video. Because he's not on Periscope anymore. He's not on Periscope. Oh, I gotta give him a thumbs down. It's not too cold, Bob. Good to see you, man. Come on, man. Come on, Bob. Man up, Bob. It's not too cold. What, if you call it this too cold now, what are you gonna do when the snow hits? What are you gonna do when it gets below 0? Come on, man. Come on. I'm in a t-shirt still. It is great weather. It's good weather to run around in, and 17 people went on the walking tour this morning, which was kind of amazing. Yeah, come on, man. It's too early to be complaining about the cold. I see people out here in winter jackets and in fur coats. And I'm like, what are you going to do when it snows? Come on, man. Man up. You got to man up. Got to man up. Too early. It's like the last. It's not even fall yet. Autumn begins on Monday at 3 in the morning. So Monday at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's officially autumn. And if everything goes right, I'm going to go to the beach on that day. I'm going to go to the beach on Monday. Now, you like the chill down, Dave? Good to see you, Dave. You like the chill down? A lot of people seem to be liking it. I like it. You get more I get to wear jeans, so that means I have pockets, which is nice. But yeah, people out here in leather jackets and in fur coats and all that. It's early, baby. It's early. But I should be going to the beach on Monday. It's going to be 85 degrees on Monday, so yeah. That's gonna be pretty cool. I gotta get at least one more swim in. I don't care that the water's only 70 degrees. The first time I went swimming this year was in May, and the water was 68 degrees. So I think I could take 70 degrees. But I'm determined to swim in the Rockaways one more time. These two people right here are being nosy. They're kind of hanging around, want to listen to me talk. Heading to Estido Tuesday. Love that. Nice. That's a great beach. Where is that again? Is that by South Carolina or Georgia? I always forget. I went there many, many years ago. I want to say that's South Carolina, but I forget. Had a good breakfast. I had the breakfast Baconator for the first time today. It's pretty good. South of Charleston, yeah. I went there when I was like 14 or something like that. Went there as a kid. So it's all a blur. It's all a blur. But another beautiful day here in New York. A little windy. Well, breezy. I want to call it windy. Having a homemade crepe right now. Nice. Yeah, the breakfast Baconator is pretty damn good. It's like 5.5 million calories. So hopefully I'll get an afternoon tour to work this breakfast off. I thought about walking around today, but I was like, I'm just chilling here, doing things on the phone here, taking care of some business that I have to take care of. And hopefully there'll probably be people on 12 o'clock. I'll be shocked if there's nobody on the 12 o'clock tour. Where's the diner I always go to? It's on the Pearl Street Diner. It's on Pearl Street, just off of Baden Lane, about 4 blocks away from the New York Stock Exchange, 2 blocks away from the New York Federal Reserve Bank. If you ever watch Die Hard with a Vengeance, that's where they steal the gold from. And they don't know when they're closing. It's horrible what's happening over there. All the workers have no idea when they're going to close shop over there. They have sold the land underneath the diner, and so they don't know when their last day is. So, who knows? Lorenzo, good to see you. Good morning. 98 degrees in San Antonio. Get into the air conditioning. Get to the beach. Go swimming. Don't go to a lake. Everyone's getting dying from amoebas in the lakes and the freshwater lakes. Go to the ocean. Where the salt does something with the water. And it is sad that the diner's been around since 1961. And it's definitely a New York institution. It was shown in a few movies. And yeah, it's just a local staple that a lot of people who work around here, that's their, well, they actually more people actually call that place more than anything nowadays and get their food delivered up to their offices. But there's another diner on the other side of the World Trade Center here that's pretty old. I want to say it's from the 70s, maybe the 80s, early 80s. But very few diners are left. And I always say, if you ever come to New York and you have an option to go to a diner, get to a diner, because it's usually you got a good bang for your buck, and you get a good deal for the money you put down. Let's get some orange juice going here. Still have my orange juice from the morning. There it is. AT&T dropped rates, granted you unlimited. Nice. Didn't even have to ask. That's good news. Chandra, hello. Good morning. Welcome to, I'm in the courtyard here next to this is behind me, this is the base for what will soon be number 2 World Trade Center. I'm in front of the Oculus, just off of Church Street and Day. Good to see you, Guy Heyman, driving the roads of America. Good to see you there, Cheryl. Hugs all around. I'm doing great. I'm getting paid $40 an hour to do this live stream. You liking the beard? The wife does not like it. The wife actually told me this morning, you gotta shave, And I'm like, the autumn's coming. It's getting cold. I have to stay warm. And plus this is a fun fact. Why do I let my beard grow sometimes in the in the summertime? I get to use less suntan lotion. So it's more economical for me to have a beard. Had Coney colors in the background. Nice. What's this mural here? Well, these murals here are, I forgot who did these murals, but these murals here are basically the base for number 2, what will soon be number 2 World Trade Center. Construction hasn't begun yet. But when number 2 World Trade Center rises, it'll be right there where those murals are. Basically, they wanted to lighten up this area here because those buildings were just a boring kind of gray color. So, I like it. I kind of wish they could just leave it. I kind of don't want number 2 World Trade Center to get built, but, it's going to have to get built eventually. Eventually. Ooh, I messed up my neck just now. Ouch. See, it's the cold weather. The cold weather. It's the cold air. My body's getting used now to the cold air. My body's beginning to transition. What am I drinking? I'm drinking orange juice. It's the morning. Orange juice. No, there's a lot of alcohol in this too. I'm morning drinking, right? Morning drinking orange juice. Uh-oh. Here comes an ambulance. A wambulance. Good to see you, Griff. There's our ambulance. Coming up Fulton Street. Yes, breakfast. Yes. Had a breakfast baconator earlier. Yep, Simply Orange. Found at your local Wendy's. I got this from Wendy's. And now they're going to sponsor me, right? Morning. Hello, Des. Good morning. Welcome to the World Trade Center. All the tourists have woken up. See, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, the tourists begin to really wake up and come out in groups. Only 34 days to go, that's right. And at every truck stop, yes, that's right. And at every truck stop, you can find Simply Orange. Simply Orange found at every truck stop in the continental North American United States, right? Yeah, a little over a month, Griff will be here. Cannot believe we're already halfway or more than halfway through September. It's not cold at all here. I'm in a t-shirt. Not cold at all. It's actually really good weather. It's in the 60s. I'll give you the temperature right now. It is 64 degrees right now. If you think 64 degrees is cold, what are you going to do when the winter time hits? It's September, that's right. Yeah. Halfway through it already. Halfway through September. More than halfway through September already, which is kind of amazing. This month has kind of flown by. And next month, lots of stuff going on. The last weeks of Coney Island coming up. Well, next month. Coney Island, USA, though, the Freak Bar, they'll be open through most of the winter on the weekends. But I believe they're going to be closing in, I want to say in December to maybe March. They'll be closed. I think there may be some events going on in the colder winter months. Chandra just throwing out words now. Hot dogs. Okay. Listen, if you're going to have comments like that, go to Periscope. They love comments like that over there on Periscope. Random words. Hat. Glasses. That's it. Everyone wants to get on the live stream. Everyone, you like the hat? There's only like 5 of these in existence, so. T-shorts. Just gonna throw out random words now. For our non-English speakers, right? So they can learn. It's like that French show on PBS that's sponsored by the Edinburgh CPB project. You ate hot dog in Coney Island. Yes. Ate a corn dog last time on live stream in Coney Island. Go to Periscope with those comments. Good to see you, Wilbs. Driving the Northern Line. Here's one for Periscope. Bad reception, right? Oh, God. Lorenzo, it wouldn't be Periscope if it was filmed in portrait mode, right? In portrait mode, all blurry, and then people say it's the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. It's so beautiful. The best was, and this was like a month ago now. I think I talked about this before. I did eat a lot of things. Maybe she thinks I'm in Coney now. Yeah. Even though I keep on saying World Trade Center. Yeah, what was really funny was that there was somebody filming. It could have been an amazing it was a sunrise, and the camera person is like, "I'm trying to get the whole view in," and they're filming it in fucking portrait mode. It's like, turn the camera to the side. Anyone who thinks filming in portrait mode is somewhat artistic or special, it's not. Oh, you thought so at first? Yes, we have a lovely concrete boardwalk here. A lovely concrete boardwalk here at the World Trade Center. Here at the World Trade Center. Wait, actually, can I show you number 1 World Trade Center? Behind this, the Oculus. Number 1 World Trade Center right up there. That's number 7 World Trade Center. We're in Lower Manhattan, folks. Lower Manhattan. But this person's like, I'm trying to get the whole view, and it's like, turn the fucking phone sideways. As a potential sponsor said, filming in portrait mode is basically a make or break it when it comes to like getting a sponsorship, because 99% of sponsors do not like people filming in portrait mode, because at least 40% of the audience will watch this on a screen, on like a computer screen that's like widescreen. I'll see you later, Wilbs. Drive safe. What do people do in the World Trade Center? Well, currently the World Trade Center is home to Condé Nast, and number 1 World Trade Center, Condé Nast headquarters is in there. It's 11 o'clock. There go the bells of St. Paul's. And Condé Nast is a publisher, so think of Mademoiselle Magazine, 17, Vogue. And then in number 4 World Trade Center, you have the headquarters of Spotify, amongst a couple of other really big lawyer companies and one big real estate company. And then in number 7 World Trade Center is a mix of many different companies. But for more information on what people do at the World Trade Center, go to WTC.com or SilversteinProperties.com for more information and maybe even a tenant list. Ooh, smoking a bloody hell. Smoking a cigarette. Keep those cigarettes away from me, please. How many centers? How many buildings, maybe? How many buildings? Right now, let me see. You got number 1 World Trade Center, got number 2. Number 3 will open later on, beginning of next year. Number 7 World Trade Center. So we have 4 buildings, but in total, there will be 7 buildings in total. There will be a performing arts center here. Like I said, number 2 World Trade Center hasn't begun construction yet. That's right behind me. And number 5 World Trade Center, they're trying to figure out, they actually might put a residential building at number 5 World Trade Center. So stay tuned. Go to SilversteinProperties.com for more information. Those are the people who own the World Trade Center. That's the guy who owns the World Trade Center, Larry Silverstein. I'm really good at dealing with stupidity in the morning because I work with tourists. So, like yesterday, I had a doozy of a tour. One of my guests really wanted to ride the bike his own way, and he was shifting gears like he was like a pro Lance Armstrong cyclist, and I was worried that he was going to basically rip out the derailleur, and that's what he did. And we got a new bike. I had to continue the tour with a fucking city bike, which is really heavy. And at the end of the tour, even though we ended 10 minutes late, but that's still on time, they demanded free stuff. And I'm like, you just went on the tour. Like, you don't eat a meal, finish the meal, and then say you want a refund because you didn't like whatever happened on the tour. It doesn't work like that. So, but they gave me a hard time, gave the guy who I was working with a hard time. And then in the afternoon, somebody who was not on my tour, who was leading their own tour with our bikes, with our bikes from my company, she thought I was just standing in the middle of Brooklyn Bridge Park just for the sake of standing in the middle of Brooklyn Bridge Park to fix random bikes for people. So she's like, "Are you going to fix my bike?" And I'm like, "No." And she even barged in the conversation that I was having with my two guests on my tour, which was incredibly fucking rude. But she got all angry with me, and I'm like, okay, go ahead and angry with me all you want. I don't care. I'm not going to fix your bike. I have the tools. I don't have an inner tube. And then she got upset that I didn't have an inner tube. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna fix your bike anyway. Not the magical bike fairy here that fixes bikes for people. My job in a nutshell right there. So yesterday was a really stressful morning. So I have to say, I think God was like, today, God's like, you're gonna take a little break today. You're not gonna have a morning tour. You're just gonna like ease into the day. You're gonna eat a breakfast baconator, watch some news, which is fine. I like easing into the day. It's always fun easing into the day because then for the afternoon, now I have a little bit more energy. Later on this afternoon, I will be going to Brooklyn Bridge Park, back to Brooklyn Bridge Park, meeting up with some of the Coney Island photographers who we always hang out with. And we're gonna go to this photo exhibit called Photoville. And at Photoville, they turn shipping containers into art galleries. So I'm going to check that out. Wepa! Good morning, Osvaldo. I'm a tour guide, not a bike repair guy. Cheryl, this woman literally thought I was just standing in the park to take care of people, to take care of people's broken bikes. Like I told her, like I'm on tour, and it didn't like register with her. She's like, "But are you going to fix my bike?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." I think what was more rude was the simple fact that she butted right into a conversation. I was having this conversation. I had only 2 people on my tour yesterday afternoon. They were from Austria, and they're going to be here for a couple of weeks. And we were actually talking about they're going to go down to go down to Coney Island on Saturday and hang out with me. And we were talking about Coney Island and what's going on and what's open, what's not open on the weekdays and all that. And she just barged into the conversation like I wasn't talking to anyone. She goes, "I have a flat tire." And I'm like, "What?" I have a flat tire. Are you going to fix it? No, I don't have an inner tube. Oh, I don't have an inner tube either, but are you going to fix it? What's your procedure? I'm like, that's not my procedures. You call the office if you want to get another bike. You have the number. These people. I know. I almost said that. Cheryl, I did have a very sarcastic tone with me. Yes, I did. I'm not the bike police. No, I'm definitely not the bike police. I'm not a bike repairman. I could repair bikes, but I don't repair bikes, random people's bikes. You got to be on my tour for me to repair your bike. Yeah, no. I think some people just, especially certain people from certain countries, like Germany. Where, they're always on, like, I had a group from Germany who showed up on the tour an hour early and expected to leave an hour early. And I told them it doesn't work like that. If a tour is scheduled for 12 o'clock, it's going to go off at 12 o'clock. It's not going to go off an hour ahead of time just because you decided to show up an hour early. And then don't get pissed off at me that we don't leave right away because I'm not listening to you. I'm waiting for other people. Some people are definitely a lot more annoying than others, a lot more easygoing. I mean, I met some really easygoing German people in the past, but they tend to be, yeah. You have to be sarcastic with some people, then it still doesn't stick in. That's right. Some tours are vinegar to teeth. Okay. Or vinegar to teeth sometimes. Yes, exactly. The tour does not revolve around you. That's another thing I've had. I've had people in really fairly large groups. I'll tell you that the story about Des. It was extremely entitled. I had some people on a Central Park walking tour. I had a fairly large group. It was about 25 people, maybe 30 people. And this one woman wanted to occupy my time because she was alone. And she just had questions. And then, listen, folks, if you come on a tour with me or any tour guide, don't fact check them while you're on the tour. So this woman tried to occupy all my time with this big group of people. And then she's fact checking me. So I had this woman who was convinced that Central Park was built after. Listen to this, folks. Now, bear with me. As a lifelong New Yorker, this is like daggers in my eyes. I had this woman convinced that Central Park was open after World War II. Because I will quote her now, nothing's that old in New York. I'm like, nothing's that old in New York. Because I'm throwing out numbers like 1858, 1871. 1858, the first section of the park was completed from 103rd Street all the way down to 59th Street. Bethesda Terrace, the centerpiece of Central Park, where the Angel of the Waters fountain was, that was all created in 1871. And she was convinced, though. She's like, oh, yes, it's after World War II. No, I heard it here. And then she whips out her phone, and then silence. And then silence comes over her because, yes, you are that fucking stupid and that entitled. And you won't listen. Always listen to the guide. Remember that, folks. Always listen to the guide. If you do not listen to the guide, you may get killed and or maimed or hurt. And I don't want you maimed or hurt, especially if you're on my fucking tour. But she was convinced. There was like no way of me telling her until she whipped out that stupid fucking phone. And then for the rest of the tour, she's just... And I'm like, okay. If I see that woman again, please thank her so make me laugh out loud. Okay, I will. A good deed person just hangs out. Exactly, yes. Like you just listen. I'm here to entertain you, tell you a story. I do give you opportunities to ask me questions, to have a one-on-one. That's all set up. It's all it's all there. Maybe she wanted to become a tour guide. No, she was just being a hard ass. She was just being a know-it-all. You get these tourists sometimes who are they're know-it-alls, and whatever you say is wrong until they look it up on their phone. Like also the Brooklyn Bridge. I had somebody on the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, it was built after World War I. And I'm like, no, Brooklyn Bridge was 1883. You could say it was after the Civil War. Yeah, tour guiding is not easy because you have to juggle many personalities and many human beings and all their emotions and dysfunctionalities and sometimes language. Patience is incredibly needed. Yes, patience is incredibly needed. Just like doing live streams. Yeah, entitled people do drive me crazy, Cheryl, but I what I like to do with entitled people is let them learn the folly of their own entitlement. That makes any sense? I'll just put them out there on a platter and make them look dumb. I have no problem doing that. Like I've had people on the ride. I tell you, if you come on my bicycle tour, I have one rule on my bicycle tour, and that's you got to stay behind me when we ride in the streets because somebody might open a door, somebody might walk out into the street. And I had this one guy who, he was from the Netherlands, so he had to ride, and he kept on going out in front of me, and I kept on warning him, like, be careful. And then what happens? He goes out in front of me, somebody opens a car door, and he goes flying over the car door. Always listen to the guide. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. Always listen to the fucking guy. That's the thing. Some people don't want to do that, and I get that. But especially if you're on a bicycle tour, lots of things could happen in the street. Or the other one where I had these two women from Israel. Had these two women from Israel who didn't want to listen to the safety speech, and when one of them hit the brakes, they went over their handlebars. And then she's like, "Well, why didn't you tell me?" And I'm like, "I did tell you, but you were taking selfies." I did wish I had video of that, yes. And he didn't do that again, no. Actually, after he flew over the car door, he stayed behind me. Now, you know what? Half of these people, they don't want to tip anyway. They don't understand the concept of tipping, so I just chuck everything up to everything's really expensive. Riding a bike is fun. Even over a crowded Brooklyn Bridge. Susie May up there in Vermont, good morning. Well, you must be definitely liking the chillier temperatures as autumn tries to come on in. We're gonna get one more weekend of hot weather, and then I think that's gonna be it. After that, the bottom's gonna drop, and there'll be snow and ice everywhere. Right? Great. Yes. Yes, Susie. I had some. Me and the wife slept fantastic last night. We had the windows open. It was fantastic. Just this morning, somebody had their little car alarm go off, but it was like we had to get up anyway. Miss Pookie, good to see you. Has the sun come out? All this behind me here, that's all kind of faded, blasted out there. That's the sunshine right there. Yeah, exactly, Guy Hammond. Exactly. But I see, again, I think people want to be hard asses sometimes. I think people want to test the guide. Oh, actually, I got an email about that the other day. And I think we're going to start doing Christmas walks probably sometime after Thanksgiving. We'll start doing our holiday walks around town. We're going to definitely hit up the Botanical Garden again. The train show was a lot of fun last year, so I got to do that again. We'll walk around my neighborhood, walk around Dyker Heights, and maybe some other neighborhoods. There's a really overly decorated house out in the Bronx that I want to go check out. Exactly, Guy Heyman, yes. That's what they want to do. They want to be like, I'm smarter than the guide. I know what happened. See, they probably went on a tour somewhere else, and they got burned by a tour guide who didn't really know anything. So that I kind of understand. It's beautiful there. Got a nice cool breeze going. High 85 out there in Atlanta. That sounds good. Enjoy it. Is there an open food market? There's a few open food markets around here in New York City. There's a few. Here in where I'm sitting right now, on Tuesdays, there's a green market right here. And then today is Thursday, so there's a green market over by a green market is where you buy produce and like cookies and like fresh made cookies and brownies and snacks and stuff like that. There's an open market. It's a green market today over in City Hall this afternoon. Yeah, Union Square's a really good one. Yes, the Wikipedia generation. Yes. Yes. See, you know what? If you don't know English, you gotta be like, I had this couple from Italy that they had the translator on their phone. So I talked into their phone, it translated, they were patient about it, and they had a great fucking time. And they tipped. Same in trucking, yeah, you'd be asked a question and they want to argue. So exactly. Why are you gonna ask a question when you think you already know the answer? I'm convinced that a lot of people, they want a conversation where one person just goes, yup, yes, you're correct, yes. I think that's what they want. I think people just want people to just agree with them and that's it. Exactly, Jim. Good to see you. Good morning, Jim. Jim, you hanging out with us, right? You getting out of work at 4 o'clock? We do the Photoville. We'll do the Photoville, yes. It's gonna be a nice day, and I have Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday I'll be in Coney Island. Sunday I might go to Fort Tilden. Might be on time. 2-ish. Okay, awesome. 2-ish is good. That's when I get done with work. Doing some fisheye Janes. Nice. People tell you don't go to New York because you're not missing anything, but I've shown you different. Awesome, Miss Pookie. There's lots to see here in New York. You got to come out. If you want to come out, come on out. Sometimes they do. And if people leave me bad reviews, I really don't care because my good reviews always outnumber the bad reviews. I think I might have a couple of bad reviews out there right now, but not too many. Maybe like 4, maybe 4 or 3. Not too many. Yep. Saturday the trucks come. No, I thought Sunday Rick's truck, the Rick and Morty truck was coming. I thought that was Sunday. And Sibbo's 321. Oh, Eddie's shower. Wait, Eddie Mark is having a bridal shower? Are we still celebrating their marriage? Some year and a half into it? Bloody hell. Okay. Oh, that's right, baby shower. Okay. That makes sense. I hear that, Lorenzo. Don't work too hard. Exactly, Guy Hammond. That's right, Sunday. Yeah, I thought it was Sunday. See, the whole thing is I want to get to Fort Tilden and go swimming, so. Then again, Monday is gonna be nice and hot too, so I could just go to Coney and show everyone here in the live stream the Rick and Morty head. It's a gigantic Rick and Morty truck. That's like the Rick's head. It's a gigantic truck, and that's coming to Luna Park on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So come on out. You want some Moulian special sauce? Where do I pick up some Moulian special sauce? Would that be available in the Rick Head's truck? The gigantic Rick and Morty head truck? I'm confused. Now it's warming up. It was cool here in the shade at the beginning of the live stream. Now, 36 minutes into the live stream, it's actually warmed up. I've heard of it, but I don't know where. I don't know. Do I get it at McDonald's? And I haven't seen the movie Moulian in a hot minute. Not Moulian, Mulan. There you go, Mulan. Yes, New York is great. Been here 48 years. Never got bored of it. Don't listen to those folks. Exactly, Dez. I appreciate that. Okay, come on out. I might even give you some tips and tricks on how to avoid the crowds and all that good stuff, which is nice to avoid the crowds. 10 more minutes, I'm going to get walking here back to the office. I will show you one disgusting thing on the walk back to my office, though. I will show you one disgusting thing. I just put it out on Instagram, but I'll show you guys here on the live stream. I'll show you one very disgusting thing that tourists should not be doing. And if you do this, you're a horrible tourist and you should never come here ever again. But that'll be in a few minutes. That'll be in 10 minutes. We'll walk over there. But New York is great. I mean, now is a good time to come here. In September is a good time to come here because it's like we're like an in-between time now, so everything's not too crowded. Will I show you around? If you want, I'll show you. That's what I do all the time here. It's a good time to come out here. It's not too crowded. I had some guests earlier this week. They went to the Empire State Building in the middle of the afternoon. There was no line, so that's really nice. McDonald's did a promo back in the day with a special. Really? It was apparently quite good. Okay, Rick and Morty did a whole special about it. Okay, and then McDonald's brought it back. Awesome. I'm still waiting for the McRib to come back. So, even though you can kind of get a McRib in Subway, if you get the Subway sandwich, the barbecue rib it's kind of like a McRib. But you know what kind of crazy drugs they put in McDonald's special sauce. They put special. What's the name of my services? If you want to come on a tour with me, direct message me on Twitter. But do it like, give me some time to plan it out with you. Is that it? I gotta go to Jersey for that damn shit? Why? Because they can't eat pork? Damn it. When did PC Principal ever come to? Usually November. Okay. Comes out with the Shamrock Shake. Yes. Everyone wants a McRib to come back. Yeah. Well, they got one at Subway. Subway kind of has a McRib. The sun is slowly moving over to where I'm sitting. All the tourists are now awake. All the tourists have woken up. Tell me seasons in US? Winter, spring, autumn, and fall, right? I hope you don't see Jared there. I don't think Jared is around Subway too often nowadays, Brian. Knoebels had a custom rib barbecue, which blows the McRib to bits. Oh, that sounds good. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. Seasons in the United States. I think we have 4 of them. Last time I checked, we have 4 of them here in New York. I think Jared is in jail, actually, come to think of it. I think he is in jail. Can't be messing around with little kids in there. Jared ran up my block in a New York City Marathon twice. You like Wendy's spicy nuggets? I haven't had Wendy's spicy nuggets. I'm gonna try those out. I had a breakfast baconator this morning, and it was pretty good. Scenes are so different in the rest of the world. I think they are, Guy Heyman. Salt, pepper, thyme, and paprika for you. You got it. I'll see you later there, Chandra. Yeah, Jared's in jail for attempting to molest little children. Boy, have the Giants have fallen. Wow, 4th year of a 15-year... Wow. Holy cow. Wow. That's crazy. You would love to try the... okay, here's the deal with the Popeyes chicken sandwich. All it is, it's bread. Bread and mayonnaise. That's it. Bread and mayonnaise. It's a special bread that's kind of toasted. It's nothing special. They even said to bring your own bread. Yeah, a breakfast baconator. I wasn't informed either. I had the sandwich on a whim. I was on the way actually to my bank to get some cash, but I noticed that the Wendy's on Fulton Street down here was completely empty. So I was like, I went in there and I watched some New York One and ate the sandwich. Right, spicy mayo. The chicken isn't spicy. Right, it's an overrated sandwich. You can make it at home. You just gotta get some artisanal bread and some spicy mayo, and you're set. And don't get the spicy chicken. I mean, people fighting over that damn sandwich. People really need to get a life. As the sun's beginning to come into view now. Stupid spicy chicken sandwich that everyone's fighting over. Some of the YouTube videos are hilarious. My favorite one is this guy who I don't think it's a good video. He trashes the Wendy's. I mean, he trashes the Popeyes. But he's like, they don't got my fucking chicken, and he starts throwing stuff at the workers. And Wendy's or that place you won't eat at because they're supposed to be superior. Okay, well, it's all the same, Jim. It's all the same. 5 more minutes till I get walking around. I know, fighting over fast food. Exactly. New salad works. Exactly, new salad works. I just love the videos. The videos are hilarious. I'm a fan of all the videos. Food, I know we're talking about food again. A tradition here on the live streams where we always talk about food. Went up a degree. It's now 65 degrees here, going by the Century 21 thermostat. Yeah, we always talk about food. If nobody's on my afternoon tour, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with myself. I'm probably going to have to I'll probably come back on the live stream here and walk over the Brooklyn Bridge or something. That NYPD hovering above our heads. The police are hovering above our heads. They do that periodically where they'll hover. I know it's like a pirate day. That's a Disney thing. I'm not in Disney right now. Is it because of the nines? It's because like the 1919191919 thing? Is that it? Ooh, now I'm getting warm. Now I'm getting all warm now. Talk like a pirate day. If I was riding the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's also National Butterscotch Pudding Day. National Hug Your Boss Day. No, I'm not down with that. National Paw Paw Day. I'm down with National Paw Paw Day. Because who the hell eats butterscotch pudding? I haven't had butterscotch pudding in maybe years. Maybe the last time I had butterscotch pudding, my grandparents were alive because that was their kind of thing. National Paw Paw Day. Who the hell makes up all these days? Yesterday was National Cheeseburger Day. It's like, who makes up these days? What evil corporation, Hallmark, makes these days up? You're swooping around. You do love butterscotch pudding. Westville makes an awesome one. I'm gonna have to try that out. As everybody around me looks up at the helicopter. Duty Ron's in the house. Is that you in the helicopter? Good to see you, Duty Ron. Everyone follow Duty Ron. How many people don't know what a paw paw even is? Exactly. Duty Ron's up above me right now, flying around in a helicopter. Why aren't you live streaming that? Yes, cardiologists made National Cheeseburger Day. Yes. Cardiologists did that. Oh, paw paw is a fruit? I'm thinking paw paw was like a dog giving you a paw. Paw paw got my eye right above me. Good. Let me get a helicopter ride. Come on, I'm due for a helicopter ride. We can go for a helicopter. Let's open the side of the door, lean our feet out the side of the helicopter. All right, it's 11:30, so let's start walking back to the office. And I'm gonna show you something completely disgusting. Picking up paw paw and putting them in your pocket. Okay, so that is a fruit. Interesting. All right, let me put on my bag here. We're not done looking completely crazy yet on the live stream. They grow everywhere and in the Midwest. Awesome. There go my bells of St. Paul's Chapel. All right. Didn't leave any garbage. Good. Let's show you guys something disgusting. Yes, I did stream a helicopter ride last year. It was actually on September 10th last year. We flew in the helicopter with our feet dangling out the side of it. They grow everywhere in the Midwest. Interesting. There's a tour guide doing a tour in Italian. Always something going on here at the World Trade. All right, so now we're gonna walk up to Broadway, and I'm gonna show you something so disgusting. And what's amazing is I never noticed this. And evidently this has been an ongoing thing for a while now. And you may have heard about it in the news. All right, let's cross Church Street. Yep, the gum, Duty Ron. The gum. It's so disgusting. And if I ever catch a tourist doing this shit, I have no problem calling them out on it. Because to put gum on street signs has to be the most ridiculous thing. I'm gonna wait for the light. I don't feel like running against the light right now. Actually, I'm on Vesey. It's over there on Barclay. I've got to walk up one more block here. Walk up one more block. It is terrible. I mean, I get it. Like the tour buses pass, and there is a theory amongst tour guides about why are tourists sticking gum on this sign. The one is that one of the double-decker tour bus companies is called Top View, and Top View is the anti-tour guide tour, where they only offer audio tours, pre-recorded audio tours for their guests. So there's no tour guide watching the people on the bus. So the theory amongst us tour guides on Facebook is that because there's no supervision, this is why they're putting stuff on the sign. Oh, look, it's the mental health awareness. It's the mental health awareness cop car. Look at this. This is the mental health awareness car. It's kind of amazing. That's really cool. police officers deal with a lot of crap. So it's good that they're bringing attention to that. They should stop and let them pose, yes. You must supervise the kids, tourists. Yes, they are kids. Yes, gum on the street sign, but wait, Des, wait until I don't know if you've seen this on the news. It's in a really hard spot to get to. Seattle has a gum wall? Like, what the fuck? I could imagine, Guy Heyman. My phone is so clear. Yes, it is. No, he's not parked in the bike lane. No, he's not parked in the bike lane. There's no bike lane down here on Church. No, they are parked in a good spot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Deuteron's horrible. I think mental health in general in this country needs to be more taken care of. Needs to be more awareness to it, if you will. There's a lot of people going through some stuff, and being a police officer is definitely it's definitely a stressful job. But that's why I say you can't be rude to people because you don't know what they're going through. Got to always try to approach people with compassion and kindness, and more importantly, understanding, because we all have our struggles that we deal with. Whether we're out and about and loud with them or very quiet and to ourselves with them, that's our own prerogatives. But definitely have to bring some more attention to mental health awareness. All right, I'm approaching Broadway. That's right, Deuteron. Everyone follow Deuteron. If you're watching this on the replay, click his comment there, the 3 dots to the right-hand side of his comment. Click go to channel and subscribe. Guy Heyman, drive safe out there on the roads of America. Have a great day. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. The lovely sounds of jackhammers. It's one thing about New York. It's loud. All right. Where is the sign? There's the sign. So we'll show the one over here in the shade because it'll look better in the shade here. This disgustingness here. Okay. All the tourists have woken up, clearly. Everyone's out and about. You're more than welcome to Deuteron. More than welcome. All right. Look at this disgustingness here. Yes, Des. Yeah, look at this. I'm amazed that I never noticed this until this got on the news. Just look at this. This is ridiculous. Shine everywhere, shine. Look at that shit. Who the hell does that? What kind of sad European suburbanite does that? Like, look how covered it is, and it's like black. It's been there like forever. Bloody hell! And there's some on the backside of it too. Yeah, that's as I'm zoomed all the way in. Here, let me walk a little bit closer up to it here. It's fucking nasty. Look at this shit. Who the hell does that? Who the hell does this nonsense? It's so fucking disgusting. And it's way up there. It's like, you gotta be on the double-decker bus. You gotta be on the double-decker bus to grab that. Right? This, they gotta put a little electrical charge on there. Exactly. So if they touch it, they get a little shock. Like how they get the pigeons off the ledges. Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck does that? And then there's another one down the block. There's another one down the block because there's two bus stops here along Broadway. the fuck does that? I wonder when the first person saw it, they're like, they must, right? It's like, how bored are you in New York City, where a place where you should not be bored? You know, New York City is a place where you should not be bored. But, you know, some of these tourists want more, even though they're coming from towns where they have 5 people. I know, exactly, Duty Ron. And don't forget, Duty Ron, don't forget the people who like to go on the Brooklyn Bridge with Sharpie markers, tagging the bridge, and then putting locks on the bridge or tying headphones to the bridge. I get it. They gotta leave their mark. I get it. But, what's up, man? Like, I get it. They gotta leave their mark. They're from some middle of nowhere town. It's like what I said about like the women who come out here sometimes. You get these women who think that I'm gonna fall head over heels for them because they're the most beautiful woman in their town. Meanwhile, here in New York, they're just fucking average. Good to see you, Norm, out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I'm only gonna be here for another 5 more minutes because I have to go back to work for the afternoon. As they film something in here. This is how you know it's the end of it's the end of summertime. They turned off the fountain here at City Hall. That fountain's probably not going to go on until April. And I find that fountain very calming. Well, yes. Don't stick gums to our signs, and don't tag the Brooklyn Bridge. Do me a favor. You don't need to leave your mark everywhere. You don't have to be like a dog peeing everywhere. And don't pee in the street either. All right, 5 more minutes, and then we'll talk here in the middle of Park Row here for a minute. Park Row, my office, my world. As they said in Bingo, exactly. Oh man. So JNR music world right now is becoming, Jim, get ready for this, a Halloween spirit store. So where you used to be able to get CDs and cassette tapes, and in my case hard drives, I used to love going into JNR just to buy hard drives. It will be a Halloween spirit store. What a shame. And then the other part of JNR is this big gigantic building right here. This tall one. Not the glass one here in the corner, but the taller one. My beloved JNR Music World. God, I love that store. I went into that store the week they closed. And I bought an external hard drive. I am still using that external hard drive to this day. I used to always go to JNR to buy hard drives. It was just my place to go. Now I just order them. You know, even though I'm kind of like on the fence about Amazon and about using Amazon, but right, you bought a lot from JNR. A lot of us with Coney Island Jim and Duty Ron, we definitely have purchased a lot of stuff from JNR Music World. Classic New York now, unfortunately. Almost forgotten New York, unfortunately. But buying cassette singles in there. Let's see, these people on my tour. Nope, they're renting bikes. If I don't have an afternoon tour, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with myself. I'm probably gonna take you guys over the Brooklyn Bridge. We'll do a tourist behaving badly live. Live here in the city. I got my battery here, so we're good on battery and everything. I don't have my gimbal. This is why I'm keeping the camera mostly on me right now. I don't have my gimbal. Right? You remember cassette singles? I bought the KLF Justified and Ancient from JNR Music World, the cassette single when it came out. I was a big fan of the KLF, then it just disappeared. Simpler times. I love the Brooklyn Bridge too. Except when people climb on it, or tag it, or put stickers on it, or put headphones on it, or don't climb the bridge, folks. Everyone's climbing the bridge lately. They do reemerge. They do, right? The KLF. I saw them on some, what was it, like a Top of the Pops special thing, where they had the KLF and they had a bunch of big stars from the early '90s on there. UB40 or something. They had some kind of like whole, like a 3-hour PBS show. Well, here it was on PBS, where they talked about all the bands in the '90s. C&C Music Factory. Watching the crowds right now. 2 more people walking into my location. Well, it's 11:45. It's time for me to go back on the clock. It was always fun having these lovely conversations with all you beautiful people from all around the world. Even if it's just one word, Justified and Ancients. Yep, that's right. The Moo Moo. But from Park Row, in front of City Hall, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. Hug your loved ones, cherish your moments. And good morning and good afternoon, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are, I'll see you guys soon, folks. Bye-bye.